What's going on, y'all? It's the Mobile Motivator, aka Mr. Colgate, coming at you once again. This week is an eye-opener week for me. Okay, some of y'all know, and I'm sorry I don't necessarily have a topic to speak on, but the topic is going to be a personal experience. This week I was actually down in Atlanta for the business that I have, which is called Body by Visalis. It's the #1 weight loss program in America. It's called the Project 10 Challenge. Okay. And this week I went down to Atlanta for what we call Regional Success Training, R.S.T. It was off the hook, all right? But in the midst of the excitement of seeing people who have lost 100 pounds, 116, 168, and being able to be a part of something big, I learned quite a bit down there. Personally, that actually made me evolve my thinking even more so than it's been evolved, okay? Now let me explain. When I went down to Regional Success Training, R.S.T. in Atlanta, first of all, it was fun. I see why they call it Hot Atlanta, because it was hot the first day, but then the other days it was nice, it was cool. The people around there were excited. It was an energy different from what I've experienced in the past. And everybody felt like, when you were talking to anybody, you felt like family. Black, white, pink, purple, polka dot, orange, green, it doesn't matter what color you were. Everybody treated you like family. Now, this is what happened to me when I was down there, personal experience. We're walking to the venue to check in. We actually got down there a day early. We walked to the venue to check in and get our wristbands so that we can attend the event. And there's a guy standing outside of the venue, and I'll give you his name. His name is Kyle Passetti, okay? They say he's the one that makes the page because his last name is Passetti. Definitely check his stuff out. But I didn't even know who he was. He was standing outside, he was taking pictures with people, high-fiving them, giving them dab, giving them hugs, saying, "You go," just pushing them. I didn't know this man from Jump Street. Now, when I seen him, he was wearing regular clothes, okay? He had on, I believe it was like a short flannel shirt, with the whole checkered lug. He was wearing jeans and some penny loafers. I'm thinking, okay, this guy, must be a guest or somebody who's coming to Regional Success Training, and he's pumped up and he doesn't even know what he's getting into, right? That's my train of thought. Now, as the event is going, he actually comes up, he's on stage. They say, "We're gonna bring up Kyle Passetti, and he's one of the big earners, he's #2 in the company," and da-da-da-da. Now, I still don't know who this guy is. I still don't know him from Jump Street, haven't seen him. I didn't even know his name. Now, I took a picture with him the day before, okay? He gets up there, he starts talking. I'm like, yo, I know that guy. I just took a picture with him yesterday. This man made, last month, $319,000. I had to pause for you to sink that in. He made, last month, $319,000. Now, what am I getting at as far as speaking about that? This man had made enough money in 1 month to pay for people's homes straight cash. Now, we haven't gotten yet to, I would say, half of the year, and he's already made $319,000. More money than most people have seen in their life. And for him to be humble, standing out front, not flashing, not being big-headed, not being, oh, I'm this, and standing out front. And I mean, like I said, I didn't realize who he was, and I didn't even know who he was when I first came up to him. I thought he was just an average person. Made me realize that it's not about money. I've said that before, and I know now, don't get me wrong, everybody likes to have money. Of course, who doesn't like to have money? You're able to do certain things that you can't do without money. Duh, that's a no-brainer. But his humbleness really pulled on my spirit, because I seen somebody who was out there high-fiving people, giving them hugs, cheering them on, saying, "You go," and they didn't have any benefit to him. Now, somebody might have been in his organization, they might not. They might have known who he was, they might not. I didn't know who he was, I'm not in his organization, but the fact for him to come and pump me up, give me a high five, take pictures with me, and say you go and you can do it, and just pump me up. It gave me a whole understanding of how it is to actually bless people, and you get those blessings back. Now, am I saying when you bless people you're going to get that amount of money? Not necessarily. I can't guarantee that the results that he's getting is going to be the results that I get or you get or anybody else gets. But the fact that he treated people with, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter your financial status, it doesn't even matter what color race you are, I'm going to treat you just as if I am you. I'm going to treat you exactly how I'm supposed to treat you. Why? Because it's the decent and human thing to do. Not because, oh, I make this amount of money so I can treat you like garbage, or I'm going to put on a show for you because I make this amount. It was genuinely true to the heart. He actually cared for people. Now, that's a tad bit of what I got at R.S.T. Another major thing that I got at Regional Success Training, and the owner of this company, his name is Nick Sarnicola. Y'all can check him out. He's on Facebook. You can follow him. He's got YouTube, all the good stuff. Okay, check him out. Definitely check him out. This man got on stage and said something to me that I never even thought of. He said, quote, when you buy somebody's advice, not necessarily paying them, but when you buy, meaning you listen and you soak it in, you buy somebody's advice, you buy their life. So, as far as weight loss goes, when you buy somebody's advice, as far as weight loss, let's say you want to lose 100 pounds. I want to lose 90-something pounds, okay? If I was to go out here and do some of the things that I'm doing now that have helped me lose weight, then I'm on the right track. But if I let somebody else take me off the track of where I'm going now, for instance, listen to somebody who is not healthy. There was a guy, I'm not going to give his name, but he was like, why are you doing that so much, man? That's bad for you. That's bad for your health. Now, he smokes. I don't smoke. He drinks. I don't drink. If I was to listen to him, by what Nick says, by Nick's account, I buy his life. So therefore, the unhealthy things he's doing, and I'm not saying I'm the healthiest person, but the unhealthy things that he's doing, I have to think about that. If I take his advice, Marvin, look at what he's doing. Look at his life. Look at his health. He's telling me what not to do, but yet he's not doing the same things he's preaching. So you buy his life, you buy his advice, that's you, in a sense. Another thing that was a definite nugget, and it's a lot, guys. I'll probably have to expand on this within a few videos. Another nugget that he gave, Nick Sarnicola, that he gave was that when you're growing up, and let's say, you know, my parents, they did the best that they could, okay? They provided the best they could with the means that they had. Love them to death for it. They taught me hard work and everything, okay? The one thing that he said, though, that I understood, and a lot of you can understand, is when you tell your children you don't need it, okay? And we're talking about materialistic things. That plays a part into when they grow up. Because when, and I'm trying to best re-quote how he put it, when you tell your children you don't need it versus you didn't deserve that or you didn't earn that, they grow up with a sense of, I don't need that. Okay, so not necessarily saying you don't deserve, because let's say you worked your butt off hard, and women, I don't know what the heck red bottom shoes are, don't knock me for it, but let's say you want a pair of red bottoms, you worked your butt off hard, you saved money, your bills are taken care of and everything, you go to the store and you know you have the money. When you go up to the store, you see those red bottom shoes you want, or guys, you see, you know, the Oakley shades or the Rolex, whatever it is you want, the J's or whatever, and you've diligently done what you're supposed to do. When I'm not talking about people who just go out and splurge, I'm talking about people who go and do what they're supposed to do. That sense of hearing your parents' voice of you don't need it now becomes something that sticks inside your mind. So now that voice changes from your parents' voice to your voice. You've earned it, but in a sense you're saying, I don't deserve it, because you're saying, oh, I don't need it. And he was saying how when you say that to your children, it makes them think differently, because instead of telling them, I might not have the money to get it now, or you didn't earn that, it makes them have a second guess in their mind of, I don't need something, even though they might deserve it. I don't need it. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly to you guys like he did, but from what I got from it is that can be detrimental in your thinking when you get older. because you're telling yourself, oh, I don't need it. So if you make yourself feel undeserving of something. Now, I'm not saying my parents didn't say I don't need it or I didn't deserve it. If I truly didn't earn it, my parents told me you didn't earn that. Or if they couldn't get something, they might have said not right now. So my parents did their best not to say you don't need that. Sometimes they might have said that. I've even said it to my children every now and then, but I didn't understand how damaging that can be to tell a child you don't need that versus you didn't earn that. Because instead of saying you didn't earn that, it makes them feel unworthy to get something like that, or something materialistic that they might have earned. So as a parent, I understand now that certain things you say to your children and certain things you say in a certain way you say it can actually be detrimental in their adulthood. So I'm trying now in the process of actually changing the way I speak to my children, because it's not that they don't earn or deserve it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I don't want to say you don't need that if it's not them, it's me. Because if my pockets can't afford that, it's not their fault that they can't have that. It's my fault because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a parent. Like I said, it's a lot of nuggets I've gotten this week, guys. I can't put it all in one film, so I'm going to have to probably piece it up little by little. You know, this week has been amazing for me. I actually had a heart-to-heart with my mom about some things that happened in the past that I didn't even realize I was still holding on to, that was holding me back. Once I actually released it, and this is, I'm talking about, look, I don't cry. I'm not a crier. But this thing actually brought some tears out because I didn't realize I was holding on to some things in the past that were hindering me in the future and actually hindering me as being a good parent. So I've had a lot that's been going on with me for this week. This week been kind of hectic, but good in a good way. And I just say out there, you guys, you know, just be careful about how you say things and how you explain things to your children, because you never know how that can affect them later on in their adulthood. Let alone be careful of the advice that you take from people, because like he said, you buy their advice, you buy their life. So if you're listening to Aunt Pookie and Mookie and Boo Boo and Nook Nook and all of them, look at their lives. See how they're living. See if that person is where you want to be in life. And some people can give good advice in certain situations where their life is not necessarily where you want it to be. For instance, like me, my life isn't where I want it to be yet, but it's getting there. It's getting better and better. But you have to learn how to discern people's information and people's advice, no matter who it is, president, pastor, leader, supervisor, boss, manager, and learn how to decipher certain things and put it into your own life if you are going to listen to them. If they're not living what they're saying, most of the time you probably shouldn't be listening to what they're saying either, because they're not living it. So without further ado, y'all, I know this video is probably long. Sorry about spitting. Just came from the gym, so that's why you see the tank on. Had a great workout with some friends, Ronnie and Scott. We getting it done and getting it in. So without further ado, y'all, I'm Mr. AKA Mr. Colgate, the mobile motivator, coming at you once again. And check out more videos. I'm gonna have a video posted up here in the corner. If you can check that out, it's going to show you the Visalis if somebody's interested in the Project 10 challenge. And definitely check this video out over here, because right here is going to be the viral video that's everybody's talking about. So you definitely got to check that video out. So without further ado, y'all, I'm out.